Grab your popcorn, lock the mini bar, and hide the kids because Chrisean Rock and Hood Bino just turned a hotel room into ground zero for one of the messiest scandals of the year. Forget the Kardashians. Forget love and hip-hop. This fiasco makes even the Jersey Shore house look like a church retreat. Reports are flooding in that Chrisean Rock and Bino didn't just party, they went full demolition derby. Think smashed furniture, trashed walls, and chaos so loud that CPS allegedly had to get involved. Yes, you heard that right. Child Protective Services. Because apparently, even the hotel staff couldn't believe what they walked into. A scene straight out of a reality show meltdown. Only this time there wasn't a camera crew to clean it up. Fans are stunned. The internet is a split battlefield, half defending Chrisean like she's the queen of misunderstood chaos. The other half roasting her and Bino harder than Twitter roasted Will Smith after the slap. And somewhere in the smoke, CPS stepping in turned this scandal from messy to apocalyptic. Trust me, this isn't just gossip. This is the type of meltdown that could redefine their reputations forever. It all started like every Chrisean Rock story does, with a headline that made people do a double take. Chrisean Rock and Hood Bino linked to hotel room destruction, CPS called. At first, people thought it was clickbait. Then the photos and leaks started trickling in: tipped over furniture, shattered glass, and a cleaning bill big enough to fund a small island nation. Suddenly, it wasn't just gossip. It was carnage. For those who don't know, Chrisean Rock has built her entire brand on chaos. She doesn't just live in the spotlight, she thrives in the meltdown. Her career is basically a live-streamed demolition derby, starring her emotions, her fists, and occasionally, Blueface. Add Hood Bino, and you've got a duo that makes Bonnie and Clyde look like Sesame Street. Insiders claim the hotel disaster began after a night of partying. The volume was loud, the drinks were stronger, and apparently the temper levels were off the charts. By the time staff got to the room, the place looked like a trailer for a TLC Hoarders spin-off called Rappers Gone Wild. But the real kicker? CPS showing up. According to whispers, Chrisean's baby was present during at least part of the chaos, and once the hotel staff reported what they saw, things escalated faster than a Twitter fight. Suddenly, this wasn't just about a messy room, it was about child welfare. And nothing gets fans or haters louder than the mention of CPS in a Chrisean Rock story. The internet detonated. Fans went from "lol, classic Chrisean" to "is this neglect?" within minutes. Comment sections filled up with people arguing over whether CPS was justified or whether the hotel staff just exaggerated. Meanwhile, memes begin pouring in: photoshopped images of Chrisean holding a wrecking ball, Bino in a construction hat, and captions like HTVARG presents Extreme Hotel Makeover, Cloud Edition. The first shockwave wasn't just about the mess, it was about credibility. For months, Chrisean had been trying to pivot into motherhood, posting softer content, balancing her wild side with baby pictures. But this scandal ripped that narrative apart. Suddenly, the same fans who cheered her motherhood journey were questioning if she was responsible enough to handle it, and Bino? He was instantly painted as her enabler. Instead of being a rising rapper in his own lane, he became the guy who helped Chrisean trash a hotel and almost lose her baby. Not exactly the press release you want when you're building a brand. The first wave of reactions was explosive, and trust me, it was only the beginning. Scandals in 2025 don't simmer, they erupt like volcanoes. And this one went from messy to nuclear the moment celebrities and influencers jumped in. 50 Cent, never missing an opportunity for petty commentary, reposted a photo of the wrecked hotel room with the caption, "Damn, I thought Power had messy scenes. But this the season finale right here." Fans were howling. Cardi B slid in on Twitter with a subtweet, "Motherhood is not content, it's responsibility." Fans instantly connected the dots, interpreting it as shade at Chrisean. Whether she meant it or not, the fire spread. Blueface? Oh, you know he had to get involved. He tweeted, "Y'all surprised? Lol." Just 3 words. But the smug energy was enough to keep him trending all day. Meanwhile, the meme factory went into overdrive. TikTok users created edits of the hotel destruction, pairing it with Miley Cyrus' Wrecking Ball. Twitter had field day captions like, Chrisean Rock checked into a 5-star and checked out of a demolition derby. Another viral one showed CPS as Ghostbusters busting into the hotel with the caption, "Who you gonna call? CPS Busters?" But the outrage wasn't all jokes. Think pieces dropped overnight. Bloggers debated whether Chrisean's fame is enabling dangerous behavior. Some called Bino out for being a bad influence, others blamed the industry for rewarding chaos. Even mainstream outlets covered it, with CNN blandly titling it, "Musicians linked to hotel incident." Child welfare agency responds, "Leave it to CNN to make a scandal sound like a library update." Fan reactions were viciously split. Her loyal supporters argued she was being unfairly targeted, that CPS was weaponized against her, and that people blow things out of proportion because of her reputation. Her critics, though, they smelled blood in the water. "This proves she's unfit. The baby deserves better, she's addicted to chaos." And in the middle of it all, Bino tried to keep cool. He hopped on IG Live, saying, "Y'all always got something to say. That room wasn't even that bad. Hotels exaggerate to get money." His defense only made things worse. Screenshots of his live spread, with fans mocking him, bro defending a crime scene like it spilled juice. By now, the scandal had grown beyond one incident. It was no longer about a hotel. It was about reputations, motherhood, credibility, and whether fame was worth the chaos. The memes were funny, but the questions underneath? Deadly serious. After the smoke cleared, the consequences came into focus, and they weren't pretty. For Chrisean Rock, this scandal wasn't just another headline. It was a dagger to her brand. For months she'd been balancing two narratives, the wild child and the new mother. This incident collapsed them into one. Reckless mom. The CPS involvement became the storyline, and no matter what she posted after selfies, studio clips, or baby updates, the comments were brutal. "Where's CPS now? Is the hotel okay? That baby deserves better." Her reputation took a massive hit. Brands allegedly paused collaborations. Promoters whispered about canceling appearances. Suddenly, Chrisean wasn't just unpredictable, she was a liability. Bino, meanwhile, got caught in the crossfire. Instead of being known for his music, he was dragged into Chrisean's chaos. Overnight, his name went from rising LA rapper to Chrisean's partner in destruction. Sure, the clout boosted his visibility, but at what cost? Every interview request, every headline, now had her name attached, and Blueface. Somehow, he won again by doing nothing. While Chrisean and Bino drowned in backlash, Blueface trended as the smug ex who warned us all he stayed relevant, laughing from the sidelines while his name got pulled back into the scandal without lifting a finger. But the biggest consequence wasn't for their careers, it was for public perception. This wasn't just about music or fame anymore. It was about parenting, responsibility, and whether the industry enables chaos at the expense of children. The debate spiraled into podcasts, YouTube breakdowns, even academic TikToks analyzing the dangers of celebrity dysfunction. In the end, Chrisean's clout survived, but her credibility shattered. Bino gained attention, but tied his name to a scandal he couldn't escape. And the fans? They ate it up, proving once again that in the age of viral drama, outrage isn't a punishment, it's marketing. And there it is, the scandal that shook the internet harder than an earthquake in a glass factory. Chrisean Rock and hood Triffy Bino allegedly turned a hotel into a demolition site, dragged CPS into the chaos, and left fans divided between laughter and outrage. Now it's your turn. Do you think Chrisean was unfairly targeted, or did she push things too far this time? Was Bino just caught in the crossfire, or was he the co-pilot of chaos? And most importantly, did CPS step in for the baby's safety, or because the internet made the story bigger than life? I want to see your takes, your memes, your conspiracy theories down in the comments, because let's be real, the real investigation happens here. And don't just sit there like a silent troll. Smash that like button like you're smashing hotel furniture. Hit subscribe harder than Blueface hits the post button on messy tweets. And slap that notification bell so hard the algorithm files a restraining order, because here on this channel, the scandals don't stop. This is Fame Ripple, where chaos makes headlines, truth wears clown makeup, and every meltdown is served hotter than a Popeye's biscuit with no drink. Don't blink. Don't scroll. Don't even breathe.